I'm sorry. I did that on purpose. Hi, everybody. This is In Quilt Fact, where the imperfect is perfectly loved. And I am your host, the cute. Thank you for all the comments. For the cute. Quilting Grandma Debbie. How you doing? How's everybody out there? This is episode 5, if I'm not mistaken. So, we're going to talk about a couple of things today. But mostly, number one, and first of all, oh my God, thank you for your support. I am amazed by the amount of subscribers I have. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for signing up for this crazy show. I was going to say a bad word, so I held my tongue. But thank you. And thank you for all the wonderful comments. I truly am appreciative of everybody out there, especially those that just tackled their first quilt. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Just keep on quilting, kids. That's all we can do. No one has won yet. No one's guessed my age. But I just wanted to show you the fabrics that you're going to win if you guess my age. These fabrics came in the only other quilt box I ever bought that was from Annie's. They're very pretty. Kitcheny fabrics. I love this one, but I'm not going to use it. This one is gorgeous. I love polka dots. Strawberries. And this beautiful scalloped one. It's all cute little fat quarter bundle. So I'm going to keep it open for a couple of more days. Just tell me how old I am. I'll tell you this. I am 3.5 months away from my birthday. So, to keep you posted. Okay. Just so you're all aware, I do have an email address and I do have a P.O. box. So, my email address is inquiltfect@gmail.com, and that's INQUILTFECT. No capitals, no numbers, @gmail.com. And my post office box is up here. It's P.O. Box 1252, Ringgold, Georgia, 30736. Okay. The art is courtesy of my granddaughter. So that is Mimi's Creations. Everybody, I hope you enjoy all the art. All right. Today we're going to talk about fabric and cutting and patterns. But not a lot about each. I just want to titilize you and just, get you to see the different kind of things you can do. One of the things that I keep telling y'all is that I love beautiful fabric and I would love to be able to afford to buy quilt shop quality fabric always, but sorry, it's just not going to happen. And I want to show you this little roll here. This is a jelly roll. And that is a trademark. But this is a 2.5-inch strip roll. Let's say it the correct way. This 2.5-inch strip roll brings 42 strips. And it's from Dollar Tree. Okay, now look at the rainbow color. Isn't that pretty? Got a lot of pretty colors in there. I purchased 2. One I have cut up in that project I told you about a couple of episodes ago that I try it and I try to tackle it and it grabs me and I leave it alone. It's over there. But this is the other one. So I have to make a baby quilt, as I also said a couple of weeks ago. But when I'm going to try out a new block, I always like to do test blocks. So since this fabric was not expensive at all, I plan on practicing with this. So we'll be watching this. Now, I'm going to be cutting it out of there. But I wanted to tackle one other thing with you guys. I've talked about different quilt blocks and how patterns are very similar. I'm going to talk to you about 3 different websites or YouTube channels that have the exact, not the exact same, but the exact same style of block. 2 of them are free. One of them, you can have the instructions if you watch the tutorial, but the pattern costs $6.95. Now, these patterns, this is called the card trick. And some of you already have seen the card trick. I know you have. And this, what I'm going to show you here, these patterns are free online. Okay? Like I said, I always go for the free stuff. This one is from Denise Clason. I hope I pronounced it correctly. She gives you the measurements, how to cut it, how to put it together. That's with half square triangles. And then, hold on, I lost the other one. Now I can't find it. Here she goes. The second one, that's another pattern we'll talk about in another episode. Here it is. Excuse me, I got papers all over the place. The second one is from Carol Thelen. I absolutely love this woman. She, on her channel, she will show you the block. She'll show you the measurements if you need to use an AccuQuilt, and I'll talk to you about AccuQuilt in a minute. If you want to use AccuQuilt to cut it out, she gives you the instructions. If you're going to do it with ruler, she gives you the instructions. She tells you how to put it together, and she does it the easiest way possible. Listen to me. If you want to learn how to make different blocks, go with Carol. She is awesome. She gives you clear instructions on what to do and how to do it. She is amazing. And the good thing is it's free. Completely and totally free. I'm going to show you just on top a pattern that I'll show you later. But I'm in love with it. And again, free. It's called the Oklahoma Twister. Now look at that. Look at that block. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's so simple to make. It's half square triangles. That's all it is. It's placement. It's color. But look how gorgeous it looks when it's ready. And it's a free pattern that you can download online. I'm telling you, you can make amazing, amazing blocks, amazing quilts, just utilizing the resources that are on YouTube, or going to Pinterest, or just Googling it. Go online, Google what you want to do. So what we're going to do is, in the next episode, I'll show you how to cut one of these. It's the same one of these. But then, Jenny Doan has a tutorial on how to make the block, just a small variation, and it's easier than this one. Oh my God, so much easier than this one. And it's using a 4-patch and rectangles and 2.5-inch squares. That's simple. They don't have a download because the pattern, again, you have to buy it, which is $6.95. But if you watch the tutorial, she gives you the measurements. She shows you how to make it. So all you have to do is do the math. On another episode, I'll talk to you about a couple of websites that I use that gives you a little tool on how to do your numbers to find out yardage for anything you may need. So I'm telling you, 3 different patterns. All 3 are free. All 3 resources are online. All of them. You don't have to go crazy buying patterns if you don't want to. Look, if you do, like in Jenny's case, she gives you the tutorial. But if you're a learner that needs to read, then by all means, if you have the money, buy the pattern. But if you can pause a video, like I did, and I took my notes, and I have it here, the width of fabric, how many I need to make one block. I have all the measurements here. I will put them up on the screen the next time because we're going to do that one and we're going to do one of these. I'll show you how to cut it, and we'll put it together so that you can see how easy it is. Okay? That we're going to do. Now, how are we going to cut it? I'm glad you asked. Because I did have several people ask me, what do I use to cut? Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I use different things. I use rulers. I use AccuQuilt. Now, I have the AccuQuilt Go, which is this one, the tiny one. And I have that one, if you can point down here. That's the crank. Honey, I cannot afford the other one. These I just finished paying off, and I'm very happy with them. Got the blocks here. I was able, when I purchased the big one, I had the ability to pay for some. So I got the 4-inch blocks, and I got the 8-inch, and I was able to buy a couple of others, and I have them there. Haven't used them all. But let me tell you something. For cutting half square triangles, for cutting 2.5-inch blocks, for cutting 5-inch squares, and you have to cut a lot, believe me, this is amazing. But this is my favorite ruler, people. This is my favorite ruler. I love this ruler. It's a 2.5 by 8. This is the one I use the most because usually it fits on everything I do. But I use this. This is the one I use the most. But then I have this other one that's 2.5 by 12.5. Okay. This one I use when I'm cutting a fat quarter. And then I have this one, which is 2.5 by 18. I have other ones I'm not going to show you today. These are the rulers I use the most. That's why they're close to me, because I use them interchangeably. I love these rulers. I use them to square. I use them to cut strips. I use them to cut blocks. I use them for everything. Those are my favorite rulers. Now, in the Go Cubes, which I have, like I said, for this, we're going to be using, because I'm going to show you how to cut it and how to use the AccuQuilt. And people, this is not sponsored, okay? AccuQuilt, if you want to sponsor me, not much you can get me. This is one of the ones we're going to be using. This does the half squares, okay? Half square triangles. And, no, this is the quarter square triangles. I'm sorry. Is it the quarter squares? Yes. This one's the quarter square. Let me show you what it looks like. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. But you see, this is the half square. And then this one is the quarter square. So it's very easy. You put your fabric on. You put the little cover on top. You throw it through the machine. That little cutter, it cuts it out perfectly with squared off edges. So all you have to do is match it up and sew it. And it goes through and you're done. So I'm going to show you how to do it with this one. But I'm also going to show you how to do it by cutting. Now, truthfully, I love to cut fabric. I can be here. I have like 4 projects all cut, ready to go. Haven't touched them yet, but they're there. Because, like, when I'm at nighttime when the kids are asleep, because I live with my daughter and her family, so I have one part of the house and they live on the other side. And I'm on this side with the kids. So when they're asleep, I don't like to use my sewing machine. So I cut. I'll sit down and just cut fabric, and it makes me happy. So what we're going to do, we're going to be doing this in the next episode. And if I get my camera set up, I won't have to use my daughter to film me, because I'll be able to do it during the day when she's at work. Let me see, what else was I going to talk to you guys about? That was the most important items that I wanted to bring across, because I know people have been asking me. Look, I have a lot of rulers. If you look up on this board, I have rulers like crazy. I have the log cabin. I have the pineapple. I have the 2 drunkards paths. I have, oh my God, I have the wedding thingamajiggy. I have it there. I'm terrified of it, but it's there. I have, Lord have mercy, those up there on the board. I have the pineapple one I said. I have the Grace Company templates, which I adore. We're going to make a quilt with that pretty soon. So yeah, I have my collection of quilting rulers. I don't use them all, but I do use them. And the ones that I do have, it's because I've either used them to make a quilt, and I will continue to use them to make a quilt. I have from Missouri Star the big round circle that you use on a 10-inch square, and the small circle that you use on a 5-inch the 5-inch charm. And I'm going to show you something really quick, because I love that ruler. It's really cool, and it makes really cute little circles. If I can get it out of here. Oh, goodness. Bear with me, people. I'm getting old. See, I keep showing. Look at all these rulers. Ah! So many rulers. So many rulers, so little time. Here we go. This is Circle Magic template. This is awesome. If you don't have the way to quilt You know, after you sandwich everything together and then put it through the machine. If you don't have a way to do that, make a quilt out of these little squares. You cut the big round one, and then you cut two. And then the inner square is what you're going to cut out of your interfacing, your batting. You put them together backwards. I'll show you how to do it, but it's so cute. When it comes to the other side, you just sew them together. You close the circle, and you make a quilt. I've made 2 quilts out of this that I will show you in the next one. They are adorable, so easy to make, and you make them fast. And I have the large one also. Now that's a beautiful one. And then the other one I want to show you, because on Jenny's show, everybody has their favorite squaring tool. I think like Jenny because this one's mine. And this is the Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmers. I adore these. I absolutely adore this. Oh, sorry. My producer's telling me to. I have the 2 sizes. What you do is after you do your half square triangle, which we'll do, I'll use them when I'm doing it by cut. The dotted line, the slashed line you put on the stitch at the measurement. And then anything that's over here, you just trim it off and you'll have a perfectly square form of half square triangles. I'll show you. It's just freaking awesome. They have the other one that comes up against it. No, I like this one because you do it before you iron. It's just so easy, especially when you have a lot of them you have to do. This is the best one. But again, so many rulers, so little time. Let me just show you a couple more. See? I got all different sizes that I've collected over the years. Don't use them all, but those I've used. This one I still haven't used. This is the Curvy Log Cabin Trim Tool. I've used one by, oh God, what's her name? I have it here. I've used this one. I did make one out of it, and this is from Marty Michelle. I made placemats out of this one, but I haven't used this one yet. So again, another episode, I'll show you how I cut it and how I make one, and then the finished product. I'm not tutorialing anybody. I'm just going to show you what I do. This one is pretty cool. It's pretty nice. It's pretty easy to use. She also has them in paper template. If you can't afford this, you can download the paper template and cut the size. I made the courthouse steps. I made a really pretty set of placemats, and my sister used them up so fast that she can't use them anymore. And then her grandson disappeared once, so she can't put them on her table. But yeah, those are awesome. I made a pineapple quilt for my daughter, which is the one I showed you. I'm telling you, I have rulers, and then I absolutely adore this ruler. And this is a Temu ruler, people. Okay, this is a Temu ruler, but this is so freakishly cool. I make a lot of pot holders, and when I want to curve the edges, I was using anything and everything except something curved. So you'd have them lopsided. One would be more curved than the other. This works marvelous. This is the same as this, because you fold the fabric. You can fold the fabric, and you'll have a circle and have different measurements. You have a 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12-inch circles, which is pretty cool, and I've used them. It works amazing. So if you like circle quilts, if you're going to use circles for applique, get a ruler. And Temu has them really cheap. I'm telling you, I got this on Temu. And it works better than the one I had. Let me see. Another quick ruler that I want to show you guys. Okay. This, again, Temu. People, I get everything on Temu. I want to learn how to English paper piece. So I've been watching anybody and everybody. And one of the people that I watch, she's from England. She shows you how to make your own paper templates. So, Temu to the rescue. I got all the sizes. I got the cardstock. I haven't started cutting them yet, and I cannot open this for the life of me. Oh, here's one. There you go. It's very small. This is the 1-inch one. You see the inner lines? That's how big it's going to be after you do it. The outer lines is where you cut your fabric. You can cut your fabric and your template from this. Let me tell you something. I have a couple made that I've been practicing on because that's what I want to hand sew. It is so cool. I love looking at those hexagon quilts. They're so beautiful. And today I saw a hexagon bag. But that's when I do my hand quilting and my hand stuff, which I haven't been doing lately because my hands hurt because it's winter. But if you see, it's got different sizes. You can make them large, small, all different sizes. I love it. I have them here again. Temu, you can sponsor me if you want. Some of your stuff is pretty good. Another thing that came from Temu is the double wedding ring table. The double wedding ring template set. Here it is. Now, I have seen a lot of people make this. It's applique. You know, you make it and then you applique it on a square. I am terrified of that circling because I have done the drunkard's path. I did some cute things with the drunkard's path, but I'm really slow because the curving always gets to me. This is a project that I will do one day. I'm not sure when, but I've seen it scrappy. Me, you know, I love my scrappy. I adore my scrappy. So I don't know when I'll do it, but it's here. Again, Temu. Very inexpensive. Then I have my squares that I'm not going to show you because I have a 10, 8, 9.5. But this I am going to show you. Last year, I went crazy making bowl cozies. Funny thing is, I did not make any for us. I made a bowl cozy for every style, for every person. And we didn't make any for this house, which I plan on making next week. So this is the Creative Grids. Now, there is a template on Pinterest that you can make out of paper and make it. I didn't like it. I love this one because here you have two sizes. You have this size, which is, this is 16-inch. And then you have this one, which is an 11-inch. Now this you put, it's got a whole process. You fold your fabric in 4. You put this on the fold. You cut around. You cut your batting. You cut your other batting that has to be the one, oh my God, forgot the name of it. Anyways, I'll show you guys how to make it because I have one already cut that I want to make for me. And because I'm the only one that eats soup here. And I love it for soup. I have the whole set. I have the set I had already bought on Creative Grids. And then I got another set on Temu. No, that was mine. Yeah, so I have a whole bunch in here. But they're really, I'm telling you, they make amazing gifts. Really and truly, they make amazing gifts. Everybody last year that I made one for, they absolutely love it. I'm also going to show you how to make a potato zapper. And that, you don't even need a pattern. Potato zapper is the easiest thing in the world. And people love it. But, okay. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about mostly today. Just letting you see a little bit more of my abode. My wonderful and amazing quilt room. But I do want to show you the quilt I made. Now, this is my scrappy quilt. Can we walk there so I can go get it? This is my scrappy quilt. I made this out of 1.5-inch squares. And I am in love with it. If I know where I put it. Don't look at my mess. This is my mess. Here it is. No, that's not it. Here we go. Okay, this is just the top. I'm not quilting it yet because it's big. This is all made out of spare fabric that I had that has been given to me. This is not a pattern. This I designed on my own. It's big, people. It is big. You're not going to see my face. Goodbye. This is just, this was made cutting. This was not made with anything. This was made just me cutting. So there are mistakes in there, but you know what? I don't care. Isn't that pretty? It's very colorful. It's very colorful and very big. So I've got 1, 2, 3 quilts that have to be quilted. Just trying to find the time. Because since I have a cutie that I've tried to use and I suck at it. And I am going to dominate it, but not with these quilts. I'm going to start off with a lap quilt. But this, see the back? Look, you've got thread all over the place. You've got weird stitches. I had to take it apart at one point because I put it backwards. But it didn't take me long to make. The little squares I had been making and putting away, the little tiny postage stamp ones. I was making the rows, putting them together. Whenever I had a chance, I would work on it. So it was something that I was doing, and I was having fun doing it. Because it takes up my time. It gives me something to do. And it helps me get rid of my stash, which I can't. Because you see these 2 bins, people? They're full of scraps. That's all that's in here. I have scraps divided by type. I have scraps divided by sizes. Because this bin, I purchased 3 bins. I've used up the other 2. 3 bins from a lady for $50. And this is still full. And when I say full, I mean full of scraps and things. It's just absolutely full. It's driving me insane because I want to do it. This is my beautiful and amazing stash, which I love. I have everything in here. You can see all my fabrics. I'm still trying to organize them. I suck at organizing, people. I know what I have and I know where I have it. But I did this one, though, and it looks pretty. I have my blacks and grays in here because I want to do a black and gray quilt or a table topper for my daughter's office. Oh, boy. Pictures falling all over the place. Yep, and then I'm going to show you how to use this. I'm still learning, but I'm going to show you. There's a lot of things I want to teach you all. There's a lot of things I want to do with you. There's a lot of things that I want you to see that you don't need to be afraid of. Okay? Just bear with me. We'll go through this journey together. Okay? That's where the fun is. It's in the journey. All right? So this is me saying bye-bye. Saying adios. And this is for those that find me cute. I know I'm cute. I'm so cute. I can't help it. I ooze cuteness. This is what my granddaughter says, that I am so pretty. And she loves me. All my grandkids love me. Just so you know. I got cookies I gotta make. So I will make my next episode next week. I will be filming, but I won't be posting until next week after Christmas. I want you all to have a marvelous, amazing, great, fantastic Christmas. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Remember, Christmas is about Christ. It's not about anything else. So let's celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. And let's do it in a family ambiance and have fun and eat and be merry and open gifts and play with our grandkids. And if you don't have them, play with your puppies. And if you don't have them, quilt. Find something to do. Enjoy the journey. Love you. God bless. Bye. Merry Christmas.